Hello everyone and welcome to Singularity AEC channel. All Revit users, despite their proficiency, have been dealing with parameters since Revit was first initiated. However, have you ever asked yourself, what is the true definition of parameters? Or why they are very effective? In today's video, I'll be talking about some points regarding parameters, like what are parameters, why they are a major key in Revit, parameter types and the difference between them, and some best practices tips. But before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and check LinkedIn page and articles. All links are below in the description. And let's start. What is a parameter? It's a value that conveys useful information or data about an element in the project. They store and communicate information about all elements in the model. These values can be numerical, text, checkbox, or any type of those listed in this figure. In the data, it might be any useful information or a thing that describes an element in the project, like which phase an element belongs to, or the dimensions of a window, for example. Let's go through the second point. What makes parameters a major key in Revit? Revit without a parameter is like a computer without the correct software. The Revit cannot sort data in schedules or tag elements in views without parameters. They perfectly combine together to utilize this data in the model and extract it at any time. Before I start talking about the third point, let me highlight the difference between instance and type parameters. When an object is assigned to an instance parameter, this means that the change affects only the selected element. But when it's assigned to a type parameter, the change affects all elements of the same type. In this example, we have 30 windows of the same family that are assigned to some type and instance parameters. By viewing the schedule, it's clearly obvious that the cell height is an instance parameter, as the values are different, while width and height are type parameters, as all windows have the same values. And now, let's discuss point number 3. This is the most important one. Revit has 5 main parameters: system, family, project, shared, and global parameters. Before we continue, let me highlight something. Whatever type the parameter is, it is either instance or type. However, the global parameter is neither instance nor type, but it acts as an instance parameter as it affects only elements assigned to this parameter. And now, I'll go through the system and global parameters and then go back to the 3 types in the middle. Let's review the first type, system parameters. They are built-in parameters found when you are starting a new project or creating a new family. They can be tagged and scheduled, but cannot be created nor edited. You can just change the parameter value. For example, when starting a new model, you come across some system parameters, similar to those in project information or the built-in parameters in the system families, such as walls, ceiling, and floors, that appear when clicking on Edit Type. Going through the 5th type, global parameter. As mentioned before, it's not type nor instance, and it's used only in projects. It is used in controlling a value in multiple elements at once, like this example. You know an element is assigned to a global parameter when this pencil appears upon selection. However, it cannot be tagged nor scheduled and not assigned to any categories. Mentioning the second type, family parameters. As mentioned before, when creating a new family, there are some built-in parameters. But what if you want to create a new one? A new family parameter is a parameter that controls both variable values in the family and parameters of the nested families. They are used only in families, but cannot be tagged nor scheduled. However, if you want to add an extra feature to your family parameter and make it scheduled and tagged, it has to be a shared family parameter. Let me show you some differences between a family and a shared family parameter. To create a new family parameter, you have to go through Family Types and click the New Parameter button. A window is open that includes both options, a family parameter and a shared family parameter. You just have to specify some data and your parameter is created. After loading the family back into the project, you will realize that both parameters have been added. However, when you try and create a door schedule, only the shared parameter appears. And also, when you tag the family, the shared parameter only can be tagged. And now, I'll show you a quick example to clarify the difference between both a family parameter and a shared family parameter. By discussing the third type, project parameter. Like the family parameter is the project parameter. When you start a new project, there are some built-in parameters. And according to Autodesk, project parameters are containers for information the user defines. But what if you want to add a new information to this container? A new project parameter is a parameter that is specific to a single project, added to multiple categories of elements, used in active models only, can be scheduled but cannot be tagged nor shared with other projects. However, if you want to add an extra feature to your parameter and make it tagged in your views and shared with other projects, it has to be a shared project parameter. Let's review some steps that shows the differences between a project and a shared project parameter. To create a new project parameter, you have to go through Manage tab, select the Project Parameter button, and choose New Parameter. A window is opened that includes both options, a project parameter and a shared project parameter. You just have to specify the parameter's data, which categories it is assigned to, and your parameter is created. When you select one of the windows and go through Edit Types, you will realize that both parameters have been added. And also, when you create a window schedule, you will find that the project and shared project parameters are available to be scheduled. However, when you try and tag the window family, the shared parameter only can be tagged. And now, let me show you an example to highlight the difference between both, a project parameter and a shared project parameter. And last but not least, best practices tips. Despite that the key is to know the limitations of every parameter type, it's highly recommended to use a shared family parameter instead of a family parameter and a shared project parameter instead of a project parameter. As you never know, you might have a nested family that needs to be tagged or want to schedule a family or a model, or even want to link some models together in a single file. Every shared parameter has its unique identifier that is shared between files. And don't worry, it's safe, as this external text file is protected from change. All the team must be using the same text file, and any new parameter has to be added to this file. Let's see a quick example to highlight the power of shared parameters. Imagine having two models, Model A and Model B, that needs to be linked in one file. And in this file, you want to create a window schedule that includes windows in both models, and at the same time, have a parameter that differentiates between models. This was today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.